The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
It's water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Poise. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Time of the year that so many people across North Dakota have been waiting for. It's the opener for the North Dakota high school basketball season. And tonight's state champions are on their home floor to take on an East Region opponent that comes in looking to see if they can get back to the state tournament here in 22-23. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into North Dakota high school basketball and the opening broadcast of the basketball season for the Magi here this year. Nick Hulberg on the call alongside of the 2012 Miss Basketball, Miss Holly Johnson, joining me here tonight for our Shields pregame show. Shields of Minot and Bismarck brings you the pregame show here tonight for the showdown between the Firebirds and the #1 ranked Magi. Shields offers clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions, from everything from fishing to fashion. Shields is dedicated to offering you the best retail experience. You can shop sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear, clothing, so much more. They have everything you need at Shields. Prime time when it comes to Christmas time at Shields. We'll bring in my broadcast partner, good friend of ours, Holly Johnson, joins us here tonight. Holly, let's start here. Basketball season's always a fun time of the year, especially that opener. You look forward to it so much, not only as a fan, as a broadcaster, somebody that likes the sport, but for a player, what is it like to finally get the ball going, the ball rolling, and the season off and running?
Oh, there's nothing more exciting than finally putting on a jersey. These kids put in so much time and get ready to prepare for their season, and I think that we're going to see a good matchup tonight.
When you talk about this matchup, it's two different tales to the tape here tonight. You've got the defending state champions in Minot High. They only lost 2 times last year, and a team that was almost unbeatable. Frankly, they were unbeatable, especially at tournament time. Devils Lake went 4-17 last year. 2 completely different tales to the tape here tonight. For the Firebirds, what do they need to do here tonight to come into this matchup and be able to compete with the Magi, who are ranked #1 in North Dakota?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a magic potion for them, but the mindset of having a clean slate in New Year, I think will be huge for them, and they want to create a new identity for themselves early.
Should be a fun matchup tonight here on the PSP Network. Again, the opener for both of these teams on the season. Let's take a look at where the media across North Dakota deems these two teams to fall into line in the state of North Dakota according to how they're going to be ranked down the stretch. You see Minot High currently coming in as the #1 team in North Dakota in boys and girls. Both those teams won the state title last year. Century, well, same thing, except they don't have that title to their name for 2022. The boys and girls from the Patriots both sitting #2. In boys basketball, Davies currently #3 according to the media. Fargo North #4, and Red River back into the mix at #5. In girls basketball, you've got West Fargo at #3, Davies at #4, and Cheyenne at #5. They're in action tonight on the PSP Network in Mandan. Got Scott Woodmansey and Cole Higlet on the call of that one. That game currently late in the second half. Mandan up by 10, 66-56 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Well, there's a look at the polls coming into the first matchup of the year for every team in Class A high school basketball. It's going to be a fun ride on the PSP Network here this year. Thank you for joining us for the opener here tonight. When we come back, we're going to take a look deeper into both of these matchups for each team, the players that will contribute in this matchup here tonight. We'll also talk to Dean Winchesky, the head coach of the Magi, and Dustin Brodina, the head coach of the Firebirds. We'll have our keys to the game. We'll have our starters. We'll have our national anthem as we salute our country. Eric Schaefer will have our official introductions. I don't know if I can be more jacked for high school basketball here tonight.
I'm with you.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us for more of the Shields pregame show right around the corner. The Magi and Firebirds come together in an East vs. West showdown tonight here on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
East vs. West showdown to start the season on the PSP Network. for high school hoops tonight. The Magi and the Firebirds. Live from the Magic City Campus Gymnasium, Nick Hulberg alongside of the former Miss Basketball, Holly Johnson. It's our Shields pregame show. Holly, you see on the screen right there, a gentleman by the name of Derek Dissett, who committed to play at North Dakota State University for the Bison. I'm sure that resonates with you as well, as you did the same thing in your high school career. What does that do for a kid like Derek Dissett coming into this senior campaign, knowing that he's already committed? He gets to play a little more loose coming into this year. That'd be a fair assessment, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think there's less stress, especially if your goal is to go play at a high level in collegiate basketball. So I'm really excited for him, and it's always fun to see a home state kid in a North Dakota uniform.
He's going to be one of the guys that Minot High looks to this entire season. He averaged 22 last year when it was all said and done. On the other side, Wiley Delorme goes up against the set tonight. The 6'4 junior forward averaged 9.5 last year for the Firebirds. He's a kid that looks to get it done here tonight as the Firebirds look to take down #1 Minot High in this East First West showdown. Well, we'll continue to cruise along in our Shields pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk to the Devils Lake Firebirds head coach Justin Brodina. We'll talk to him when we come back to the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. Shields pregame show continues on here on the PSP Network for North Dakota high school basketball. Welcome back to our Shields pregame show for tonight's East vs. West showdown. Devils Lake's in town to take on the Magi from Minot High. We're now joined by the Devils Lake Firebirds head coach, Mr. Justin Brodina, here year #2. First things first, Coach, how are you? How was the offseason? How was the ride over to the Magic City here today?
Sure. Second season, yep. Looking really forward to it. We have some boys that put in a lot of work over the offseason. We have some young guys that played a lot of time last year, and we're looking for them to step up this year. And the ride over was all right. It was kind of crappy in Devils Lake when we took off, but once we got 10 miles out, we were all right.
Basketball season comes with the change in the weather, of course. And tonight, I don't think there's going to be an issue with it being cold in here tonight, taking on the defending state champion Minot High. What do you expect out of the Magi here tonight? What is your game plan?
Well, anytime you're playing Dean's team, it's going to be 100% effort. They're going to be flying all over the floor. First game of the year, everybody's kind of fired up, not sure what our rotations are, where everybody's going to fit, who's going to step up. So it's going to be, it's going to be a lot of those little things. They are extremely good at little things. Very good disciplined team. So for us, our goal is to match their intensity, of course, match that intensity, and then get after it and hopefully throw it right back at them.
Talk about some of these players that you have. The Delorme kid comes in averaging 9.5 from a year ago. Another player in Hofstad, 8.5. I mean, there's some guys here that could fill it up just a bit. For you guys, a group effort, obviously, probably the game plan at the early part of the season at least?
Yeah, for sure. We're obviously going to play team ball. But we do have some guys that are very skilled, very athletic. Delorme was for the most part, our leading scorer for last year. And he grew a few inches this year, which is good. He actually does have a little bit of a knee injury today, so we'll see how he goes. He had to miss practice yesterday, but Hofstad as well. I mean, he's an all-state football player. So, he's really athletic. He's fast. He's strong. We're looking for, a big thing that we're looking for is leadership. We didn't have any leadership as far as I was concerned last year. First year, kind of going through the motions. So we have some opportunity for somebody to step up and be that leader this year.
This East vs. West showdown in matchups like this where you come out of the gates against a West Region opponent, Minot High obviously ranked #1 in the state of North Dakota. Obviously they're a good basketball team. But what do you look for the most in a matchup like tonight where it's not an exhibition game, but in a sense, obviously not for conference points, but for this East vs. West showdown, what do you look forward to here the most?
Just to see a different team for sure, and in the Eastern Conference, the EDC, I think, is more of a finesse conference. It's not as physical as I would call the WDA. We went and scrimmaged Bismarck last Saturday, and they're just physical. They get in your face, they're physical. And I think that's something that we need to learn be better at. So this is good for us. This is good for us to see how they play. They play more physical in the West, and yeah, this is a big-time matchup. We can see where we sit. There's nothing better than starting the year off against the number 1 team in the state.
Sure appreciate your time. Best of luck here tonight.
All right, thank you.
That's the head coach of the Firebirds, Dustin Brodino. When we come back, we'll talk to Dean Winchesky, the head coach of the Magi, here on the Shields pregame show.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Welcome back to our Shields pregame show. We're now joined by the Minot High head coach, Mr. Dean Winchesky. 15 years as head coach, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm old. The gray hair is not a lie.
Time continues to fly, and it just seems like each and every year your resume continues to build up. I know it's not about you and about the players. Another state title, though, last year. Did it soak in over the offseason?
Oh, absolutely. And it's what's awesome about it is you look at the kids you get to work with and the type of people they are and how much they enjoy it. I've been really blessed with the opportunities I have had in coaching, the opportunities I've had to work with great kids, and the success we've had because of how wonderful those kids are. That's what you really start to enjoy. And honestly, I wish I wish I knew then what I know now. What would I tell 23-year-old Dean? There's so much stuff to be focused on rather than, okay, winning a game is great and winning this and everything else. All of that stuff is fantastic. Don't kid yourself. But when it comes down to it, the stuff that we really need to focus is on skill development. It's on sacrifice. It's about becoming better people and understanding the process of everything that we do, the process of getting better. And like I said, once a guy finally recognizes what's most important in this, again, it took me a long time to figure that out, you really start to enjoy all of it. Like, it's not just, it was a tough night we lost or whatever. It's, you enjoy even that, because a loss gives you an opportunity then to go back and refocus on what you need to do. How do we improve? What aren't we doing well as a team?
You look at what you bring back this year, and obviously there's plenty of talent that comes back, and really, you lose Eric Wentz off of last year's team, an all-state player and a kid that was pretty special for you. But how confident are you with the group that comes back, and what do you look forward to the most, having such a talented core coming back for you?
Well, we also lost Jalen Martinez. They moved to Las Vegas, and we lost Bryce Domstein, and I think people underestimate how important he was to us as far as being a glue guy and being a guy that was so important to us staying together. And Owen Iverson, and a lot the same way that, obviously Eric was phenomenal. But, I like our 6 kids, and Jack played a little bit at the end, so 7 kids that have experience back. But, every year is new. You can't say, well, we did this last year, so it's going to be fine. I think the biggest thing is building that culture of accountability, building that culture, of effort, and then you go from there, and hopefully your kids find a way to make a few baskets and compete through and get some stops.
As you've had players in the past, you have one that comes in this year in Descent who's already committed to play at North Dakota State University. Day in, day out, your job as a coach with a player that's already committed to move on, what is that like, and what do you see your role as? Obviously, still trying to develop a player that is one of the tops in the state of North Dakota.
Well, our biggest thing is to continue to challenge him and not let him be satisfied with what he's doing. He's got so much growth yet as a young man. As a player, that it would really be doing a disservice to our program, to him, to just say, well, you're done, you're fine, everything you've done is good enough. And I think, that's a swear word to me, is good enough, because there's always something more that's possible. We can always develop more, we can always do a better job somewhere. And I think if we allow ourselves to be satisfied, I think that's where you can get yourself in a lot of trouble with complacency. So, for us, the biggest part now is just continuing to grind away at how do we get better, how do we improve, how do we challenge ourselves to continue to work that way. And, it's a new year. So tonight's step one. We'll see how we come out, and then we'll come back to practice tomorrow and Monday and hopefully get ourselves ready and get better for when we head to Williston.
On to business here tonight. Devils Lake Firebirds, a team that Didn't fare too well in the East region last year, but had a state tournament appearance a few years ago. They've got a bit of a pedigree from time to time over in the East region. What do you expect out of the Firebirds here tonight?
Well, I think they're on the upswing. They're young, a lot like we are, in fact. If you put Oliver Worth, big 6'5" sophomore. You put Parker Brodina, a big sophomore. Wiley DeLorme's a very nice player. The Hofstad kid's tremendously athletic. I mean, they're young. They compete. I think Dustin's going to do a nice job with them. Obviously, they're still young and they're still learning, but I definitely think they're on the upswing, and I think they're going to present some challenges because of their effort, and they're pretty athletic that we're going to have to be able to respond to, and so hopefully our kids come out, take it as a challenge, and are ready to go and compete.
Great to see you again. I'm so thankful for your time. Final thing for you. How was the golf game this summer? Was it good, bad?
It was really limited. I it's going to be shocking, but I actually really got into, it doesn't look like exercise, but as far as like getting mentally, going for walks, going for runs, letting my mind get cleared, and really enjoying watching my kids go and compete. And that was, that was the stuff that was better. I didn't get a chance to golf much. It was fine. We got to do a lot of stuff as a family, and my wife and I had our 20th anniversary. I can't believe she's put up with me that long. Wow. You want to talk about sainthood? Yeah. And so we got to do some trips, and we got to see some great friends of ours. So, it's one of those things where your priorities kind of shift, and maybe when my kids are done with athletics, you can look to get into that, but you just kind of find stuff to do and enjoyable things to do.
I'm sure hoping that you have a good year on the hardwood, so Jackie puts up with you for one more year.
Yeah, I hope it's not based off that, because she would have dumped me after the first year. 2-18 does not lead to a lot of pride in her eyes. So, it's all been part of our story, and it's exciting because she gets into it and she likes to talk about where we are as a program. So it's a fun thing.
Coach, I sure appreciate your time. Best of luck here. Yeah, tonight.
If you don't tell some of those jokes I told you up here, it's going to be a little disappointing, Nick. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't know how many that I can. Best of luck here tonight.
Thanks.
That's Dean Wojcicki, the head coach of the Magi. When we come back, we'll take a look at our starting lineups of the showdown here tonight. The Firebirds and the Magi come together in an East versus West showdown. Start the season off for the defending state champions here on the PSP Network. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. How about Cyrus Allen with that rendition of our nation's national anthem as we get set and ready for this East First West showdown here tonight on the PSP Network. Nick Hulberg alongside of Holly Johnson as we continue on in our Shields pregame show here tonight. We joked during that commercial break that I'm a 37-year-old man. The goosebumps that I get on my arms for that introduction to the way things are happening here in the gymnasium. Isn't that special? Certainly the opener.
It is special. I'm right there with you. I'm 28 and washed up, but this is exciting. A really good atmosphere.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll turn it down to Eric Schaefer in just a moment. But first, we want to remind you folks that the Hoopster is available right now. The Hoopster magazine has been around for quite some time. Order yours today or pick it up at Shields and Minot and Bismarck. You look at the top 10 returning scorers. Well, that's from Class A basketball last year. We'll see one of them tonight. We talked about Derek Dissett. Should be fun to watch him play tonight. Pick up that Hoopster again here when you can. Well, let's send it down to floor level with the voice of the Magi. Here's Eric Schaefer. Talked about being jacked before. Now we're certainly there as Eric Schaefer has the official introductions tonight. Here's a look at those starting lineups for you if you missed them. Hofstedt, Gross, Brodina, Wirth, Delorme. For the Firebirds, the Magi go with Nygaard, Dissett, Winchesky, Conklin, and Gunville. Those are brought to you by our friends at the UPS Store. UPS Store located on South Broadway in Minot for all your packing and shipping needs. Prestwich Orthodontics brings you the keys to the matchup here tonight. Start with the Magi, Holly. Depth and scoring for the Magicians. When you've got 2 or 3, 4 people that will come off the bench for you and put up some big-time points, that is a factor. They really need to avoid the letdowns here tonight, don't they?
Yeah, I think that the Magi will be tough to guard with their depth. As long as the Firebirds can contain Dissett and then keep everyone else in line, they may have a good matchup. Well,
you talk about that. Key to the game right there. Contain the guns for the Magi and force errors are the keys to the game tonight here for the Firebirds. Opening tip-off, the Magi are in white tonight. Firebirds are in red, and Devil's Lake wins the first tip of the 22-23 campaign. We are underway from Magic City Campus's gymnasium, and hello, Oliver Wirth has his first 2 points of the season. Magi fans are at volume early on here tonight, just as you would expect. One of the best student sections in the entire state of North Dakota. There goes Derek Dissett up and in, and Dissett's got his first 2 points, picking up where he led off a season ago, where the Magi were state champions. With the basketball now, this is Gross. He's got it here. 3 attempt coming outside the arc, off for Brodina. Over to the corner, goes off of Nygaard. Now it's picked back up. Another 3 attempt downtown. Brodina no good. Conklin went up after it. This is Gunville. Gunville spin move in the lane. Oh, fancy there, but he's fouled on the play. Officials for tonight's ball game, by the way, Aaron Grindy with Aaron Casper and Luke Hennessy. They have the duties with the stripes on here tonight. Can't be overlooked how much we thank those gentlemen and ladies that do those jobs. Gunville 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Jager Gunville last year shot 55% from the free throw line, Holly, and he's now 100% here in his senior campaign. Really can't overlook that stat line either for the Magi, who last year from the charity stripe shot 65% from the free throw line.
Definitely some unleft numbers on the board there, but didn't seem to affect them last year.
Ball's going to be tossed off the chest of a Firebird. Out of play at Wint, and Minot High will get the basketball back here with 16:48 to play on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 4-2, Magi are on top. Spin move again, Gunville, man, he looks like a machine here in his senior campaign. Didn't have enough finesse. There's the Firebirds pull down the board. They come back the other way. Taken by Wiley DeLorme. Sent over to the near side. Dropped in. Three-pointer, Oliver Worth. And there's a big-time bucket. Here's the young man, Winchesky. The coach's kid. He's only a sophomore. Big time last year as a freshman on the state title team. Gunville thought about it, steps in, fires from the elbow, no good. Conklin towers up, and Logan Conklin's got his first 2 points of the ball game. Minot High's got some size in deep with Conklin and DeSets. Some size on the other side tonight, though, for the Firebirds as well. DeLorme standing 6'4". He's not little by any means. 6'6" for Oliver Worth. He wears number 13. This one from outside the arc for DeLorme. He misses. Magi bring it back across the timeline. Nygaard into the paint. Back out, Conklin. Short jumper. Didn't quite get the bounce yet. And now it comes back for the Firebirds onto the offensive side of the floor. Early on in the season, how much room do you give yourself for improvement and trying to get going in games like this, Holly? I mean, obviously a mental game is sports across the board, but Minot High a bit cold right now on the offensive side of the basketball court.
Yeah, I think that they're just really excited to get going with their season, and coming off a state championship year is a lot of energy pent up over the summer, but I think that both of these teams are gonna have a dogfight tonight.
It's not quite a sold-out show, but it's pretty darn close right now inside of Magic City Campus's gymnasium. Gunville's left open for three. He can pop from there, misses that time, gets his own rebound, drives in, off the glass. Gunville scores. 4 points for him. Good crowd on hand here from Devils Lake, making the trip over on Highway number 2 tonight. They were here for the JV in the 10th grade game. They should be satisfied because it was all Devils Lake in the first 2 of tonight's affair. Here comes DeSette, brings it down, lays it up with the left hand. He's fouled in the play. Aaron Casper right there on the baseline with the call.
Fouls on number 2, Brady Goss, his first personal. Second team foul.
Goss charged with his first personal. Second team foul, and Derek DeSette stands at the charity stripe. No good for Derek DeSette. Take us back to 2012 when you made the decision to play at North Dakota State University. What was that time like in your life, making that decision?
You know, it was a big decision, and you don't even really realize it until you make it, and it's years later. I wouldn't change anything. I had a fabulous time there, you know, until towards the end of my career there, where I ended up finishing at Minot State. But it was a great experience, and I think Derek will love Fargo, and the Bison has a great fan base, and I think that he'll really enjoy it out there.
Shot from the corner, that one coming from Kaiser, and Kaiser sent that up into the shot clock, and it comes back into the possession now here for the Firebirds. Big thanks again to Shields bringing you the pregame show here tonight. Shields of Minot and Bismarck having everything you need for everybody's Christmas list. Hunting and fishing, footwear, fashion. Don't forget about every sporting good underneath the sun at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. They brought you the pregame here tonight. Into the ballgame for the Firebirds comes Jackson Baith. Also checking in for the Firebirds is number 15, Sam Engen. This is Winchesky. Grayson Schaefer into the ballgame for the Magi. Where's number 34? Conklin drives the lane, lays it up and in. Boy, he made that look easy. 4 points down for Conklin. 11-5, Minot High on top early. Little jump shot, odd angle, no good there for Worth. Worth gets his own rebound. They work it around the perimeter now with dribbling in. This is Hofstad, the all-state football player. Winchesky says, not so quick on my home floor. Behind the back, here's DeSette, turn around, up and in, and Derek DeSette scores. Talk about the patience there of Derek Doucette. Almost lost the basketball. Somehow found a way to get it up and in.
Yeah, I think Coach Richmond at NDSU knew what he was looking at when he was recruiting him. He's a very talented player.
Minot High on top, 13-5 in their home opener. First matchup after a state championship run last year. Minot High is going to get the ball back as that one goes off the rim and on the play. Fun talking with Dean Winchesky earlier on tonight in the coach's corner. We sure appreciate his time. He told me about 5 jokes, Holly, that sincerely had me rolling. He mentioned it in the pregame. He said, you better tell some of those jokes on the air. And I was a little bit dumbfounded. I didn't know how I was going to make that happen.
I was going to say, do you care to share?
Well, the punchlines were so good, but I don't know that it's the platform to do it.
Okay, we'll look at your Twitter later.
Nygaard with the basketball. Kaiser's got it here. Dishes back over to Schaefer. Schaefer to the paint, spins it around, goes back to Nygaard. Nygaard turns the motor on. He traveled early on here in the ball game. Minot leading 13-5. Any major corrections that you would make if you were Dustin Brodina right now for Devil's Lake trying to slow down this Minot High train?
I think the couple things they could focus on is not allowing those second chance opportunities and then eliminating any time that they can get to the foul line and try and score with the clock stopped.
Firebirds set up the basketball here. Up top for Hofstad. He was a wide receiver and a cornerback in high school football. Anytime you get all state honors, you know that you're special in the state. He did that on the gridiron here this year. Shot clock's all the way down to 3. Minot High student section letting the Firebirds know that that's the case. Should have been a shot clock violation. If not so, it was close, up and in, and the points registered there. Sam Enget's got his first 2. Doucette dribbled that one off the foot, but there's a foul on the play coming here. Don Enget, his first personal, 3rd team foul. For Minot High, if you're Dean Winchesky, do you change anything up right now?
I don't think so. I think that they're starting to find their groove, and it's early in the season. I think that just as I mentioned Devil's Lake trying to create their identity off of last season, Minot High's trying to do the same thing because it's a new year.
Throw all of it out the window. Even a state title and a 25-2 record. And a 4-17 record on the other side for the Firebirds, because you mentioned it. The past is the past, but for the Magi in the same breath, when you look at what they lose off of last year's team, that ball's thrown away. Domstein and Wentz were the 2 that came to mind right away. Eric Wentz, the all-state player, the all-region player. Minot High almost brings the entire crop back. What is that confidence level like as a player, knowing that your teammates that won the crown with you are going to be right there by your side for another year? Yeah,
I think it's the same principle as kids starting to play travel ball early, right? I mean, the longer that you play together, the more chemistry and confidence you have as a team, which is huge.
Winchesky crosses him over, goes out to Schaefer, downtown, in then out. Winchesky went up after it. Winchesky's got it in the lane, puts up a shot, another rebound. Hello! Winchesky goes up after another one. And the 6'1" sophomore guard has his first points of the season. And boy, did he have to work for those. 15-7, Minot's on top on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Money ball from the corner, no good. Here comes Winchesky. He's got Nygaard with him. Winchesky lays that one up and in. Almost like the warm-up drill for the Magi, and he puts it in. They lead by 10. You burned a timeout this early in the contest if you're Dustin Brodina?
I think you've got a couple possessions left, but now we're at double digits, and I think it's time to start looking at what kind of adjustments that we can make as a team if I'm the Firebirds.
We talked about it off the air and coming into the showdown tonight, that Minot High has the potential not only to run the table in a matchup like this tonight and nothing to be taken away from the Firebirds, but they also have an opportunity in the West region. And I'm not going to say run the table, because there's the Century Patriots, there's the Mandan Braves, the Legacy Sabres, St. Mary's Saints, Jamestown Blue Jays. You can go down the list. Dvorak from Dickinson. The West region's just so good and so compact. It's so odd that Minot High in the last 2 seasons have done what they've done in high school basketball, outscoring their opponents in the way that they have, like last year where they scored 360 more points in their victories than their opponents. But Holly, Minot High's gone 48-4 in the last 2 seasons. That's almost unheard of, especially in a region that is as tough as the WDA. Another foul on the play. That one's on Sam Inget. That's his second personal, fourth team foul. Sends Logan Conklin to the charity stripe, and Conklin, who is such a stud on the football field for the Magi in that tight end position in that safety spot, misses his first. 48-4 in the last 2 years. You heard it right. Things have to go your way in order for that to happen. You can be good, but you also have to have a little bit of luck there. You have to have health and things go your way. I mean, it's just not something that's easy to come by, a record like that.
Lots of talent and certainly a little bit of luck, but they're also very well coached by Dean Winchesky. He's got so much experience in the West region coming from Dickinson to here, and I think that he's really gained the young players respect too, and I think the young kids are excited to come up and have the opportunity to play for him and be a part of this program.
The sophomore Eric Winchesky, you talk about Dean, well there's his son, a three-pointer, 2 more field goals for him. He leads all scorers in the ball game, and the lead's at 13. Too early to start calling Dean Winchesky the GOAT. Never too early, never maybe too late. I don't know. You look at his resume too, Holly. In 15 years, he's got 6 state championships, 2 with Dickinson. The rest come with Minot High. I mean, 6 state titles. That's not easy to do. Love watching him coach. Just a great guy across the board. Looks like the blood pressure pills were left at home tonight. His face is already red in this showdown. Here's Schaefer up top, sent it off to Conklin. The Magi work the perimeter here. They go back to Schaefer. Logan Conklin dribbles back to Schaefer. Now Winchesky, little dribble drive off to the corner. Gunville downtown, airballed it. DeLorme pulls it down, and here come the Firebirds. Dribbled in. That ball's going to be sent down into the corner. Comes into the possession of the Birds. Up goes Brodina, and Brodina's going to be fouled on the play. Foul's going to be charged to the Magi at number 20, Eric Winchesky. First personal, second team foul on Minot High early on here in this showdown. Big thanks again to the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7, Saturdays 8:30 to 3. The UPS store for all your packing and shipping needs. Again, find them in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Big thanks again to the UPS store. Parker Brodina's first points of the ball game come from the free throw line. Kid that shot 62% last year. Off and running here tonight, he goes 2 for 2. Lead cut to 11. Eric Winchesky across the timeline. Off to Schaefer. To the free throw line, kicked it back to Winchesky. Minot High slows up shot just a bit. Downtown for double D, he nailed it. Derek Dissett from downtown. And Minot High is going to call a timeout after Derek Dissett drains one for his first points of the season. And Double D, first three-pointer of the season, I should say. And Double D's got Minot High up 23-9 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. More to come from the Magic City. The Magi are rocking and rolling early on here in this one.
Transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
Well, we come back to gameplay after Minot High's Derek Dissett puts a three-pointer on the board, and Dissett continues to impress. Dissett now in the ball game has 8 to lead all scorers. Holly, the mentality on a timeout from that situation, leading 23-9. Where does that come from the coaching philosophy? Obviously, you're not Dean Winchesky, but played plenty of basketball. That one's up and in as it's laid through the hoop. And the points are there for Brodina. And Bo Brodina has his first 2. But back to that question, the question being, some may say, why would you call the timeout in that situation?
I think the message from Coach Winchesky is that we can't let them hang around anymore. We've got this, 12-point lead. At the time it was 14, and I think that he just wants to keep going and get to a point where they can start working on their offense and start to get to a flow. But he just doesn't want Devils Lake to be able to stick around.
Nygaard's got the basketball. He'll inbound to the future Bison. Taken by Nygaard. Outside, Conklin, the big man, unloads for 3, no good. Boards pulled out of there by Delorme, and Delorme's got it back across the timeline. Firebirds go to work. You hear Dustin Brodina, the head coach of the Firebirds, on the sidelines. He claps after Wiley Delorme puts one through the hoop and scores his first 2 of the ball game. Lead cut back to 10. Set's got it here, a little dribble drive, up and in, all through 3 defenders, and Derek Dissett puts it up and scores. Well, Derek Dissett so far here tonight, 1 3-pointer, 1 free throw, and then he's got 3 more field goals to add to his resume tonight. You were a player that was talked about that way after your junior year, probably through your tail end of your sophomore year, but coming into your senior year, the expectation for you, knowing that you were going to be one of the best players in the state of North Dakota at that time, how much pressure was that on a player like you at that time, on a team in Minot High that maybe wasn't as powerful as the #1 ranked Magi are here in 22-23?
Yeah, it was exciting for me. I think that when you're ready to compete at a higher level, I think you kind of crave that pressure and that expectation from people, from your peers, from your coaches, and I think that Derek Dissett is feeding off that here tonight.
He's fouled on the way to the rack, and Dissett will go back and shoot 2 from the free throw line. Foul's going to be charged on number 11 here for the Firebirds. That's Bo Brodina, his first personal. I believe it was on Bo Brodina. I'm sorry, it was Oliver Worth, 13 out of 11. I do apologize. Dissett continues to put points up. He's got another one from the charity stripe here. It's now 2 for 3 of the ball game. Well, you hear the Minot High student section come alive as Dissett drops another one in. They come to volume because coming into the ball game comes Keaton Ranke, number 22 here for the Magi, and the student section dressed out in all black here tonight for the blackout, letting their fellow classmate know that he's appreciated. Student section for Minot High, one of the best in the West region, if not the state of North Dakota. They're loud right now. Listen to them go. I mean, they're really loud. Ball's taken over to the far side. Here's the dribble drive from Brodina. Now he's going to be tied up there by Nygaard. Nowhere to go. Turns around, jumps it up, no good. Board pulled down by Schaefer. Schaefer's going to go to work for the Magi. Under 7 to play in the first half. Schaefer coast to coast, lays it up, left-handed it in. Averaged 3.4 last year as a sophomore. He's got 2 early on here in this one tonight. Sat down with the board. Derek Dissett across the timeline. Behind the back, now he makes the move. Dribbles underneath the rack, puts it up. Counted Derek Dissett, and one. Gotta love that reaction from Derek Dissett after he scores and then he's fouled. There's gonna be a full timeout on the floor. 31-13, the Magi are on top in their home opener.
Your business or your home, across the town or across the country. We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Eaglehart's going to return the football from his own 15-yard line on the opening kickoff of the contest, and the Aggies are in the house for 6. Off to the races, all the way up the far sideline, trying to break free. It's Eaglehart all the way to the house for a touchdown. A lively gymnasium here on a Friday night for North Dakota high school basketball. And the home team, Minot High, continues to impress. They're ranked number 1 of the state. Right now they look like it as Descent continues to tear. He's got another one from the free throw line. That air ball is going to bring the student section to volume again here for Minot High. And Minot will get the ball back. 32-13 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Minot leads. Well, are you impressed with how Minot High came out of the gate here tonight in the first half?
Absolutely, and I don't think that you would expect anything less.
Ranke's going to turn the ball over. Back the other way we go now for the Firebirds. Ranke goes back after it, and here comes Derek Descent. Derek Descent put it up off the glass and in, and Descent's got 2 more. He's got 17 already early on here tonight, Hawley. 5:50 left in this first half of basketball. Firebirds with possession. Oliver Worth's going to dribble it in. Now he's going to be stopped. Picks it back up. He pops and scores for 2. Worth leading the Firebirds. Point production here early on tonight. He's got 7. Pulled down by the Birds, and they're going to go back to work with it. Brady Goss has it here. Guarded by Ranke. Back up top it comes for Parker Brodina. Sends it inside, turnaround jump shot. That one rolled in, then out. Just didn't have the touch for Worth. Looking for back-to-back points. Ball goes out of bounds over on the far side. Not exactly sure what the call will be here. Bedell's going to check in here for Minot High. Checking out goes Schaefer. Ranke checks out as well. Wincheski checks back in. The expectation versus reality for a guy like Dean Wincheski. He's got a career record of 367 all-time wins and only 161 defeats. I don't think that you show up to a gymnasium without the expectation of probably going in and winning a ball game.
Yeah, I think that that speaks to his success throughout his career. And like I said earlier, I think that his success here at Minot High has really gotten everyone excited at a young age to want to be a part of his program.
Eric Wincheski misses his first trip to the free throw line here tonight. Spin move, fancy one, kick back up top. How about this play? Just couldn't get it to convert for Brodina from the outside. Make that Hofstad rather. Brodina's got it in the far corner. He goes to work with it. Spin move, now another. Puts it up off the glass and in, and the points are there. As Parker Brodina's got 4 now in the ball game. Over to the corner it comes down here for Bedell. Bedell's got it, puts it off the glass and in. Devils Lake fans wanted a charge. They're not going to get it as Bedell puts it in. 36-17, Minot on top. Behind the back, up front it comes. Off the glass and in, and Conklin from Descent, and Conklin's got 6. That was in rhythm. 38-17, Minot High on top. Here comes Descent. Waits, stops, puts it off the glass and in, and descends on his way to breaking 20 already here in this first half of basketball, with 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in our opening half of play on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Magi are up big early on. Ball kept alive. Descent's got it here. Goes off to Gunville. Down it comes Winchesky. They are running and gunning right now, and Winchesky has 2 more. How do you slow this down?
You talk about that chemistry that you mentioned earlier, Nick. I mean, you can tell that these guys have played together and they worked really hard in the preseason. I don't know how you slow them down if you're Devil's Lake, to be honest.
They're going to try with a jump shot that's off the mark there. That one misses from DeLorme. There was a foul charged on the play.
Fouls on number 42, Bedell.
Bedell charged with his first personal. 3rd team foul here for the Magi. I do apologize. I've got 1 for Winchesky and 1 for Bedell. I don't have another one on the board, but there is one that is incognito on my score sheet. We'll figure it out for you. Nevertheless, the point was made for Wiley DeLorme. 1 for 1, make it 2 for 2. Can he go 3 for 3? Well, we've got some exciting news at the PSP Network. My lovely wife Paige has joined the PSP Network team. And I was joking earlier on tonight with Dustin Brodina. I told him, looking through the roster, we got to Wiley DeLorme, and I said, man, I really like that name, Wiley. That's cool. And he kind of looked at me and he said, yeah, you bet. And then I said, you know what? I think I'm spending too much time with my wife if we're talking about baby names up here in the coach's corner. That one away, no good. Back the other way we go now for the Firebirds. Wiley's got it again. Little give and go to the elbow, spin move, turnaround, jump shot, just missed. Here's Gunville. Off to Conklin. Winchesky way downtown, and that one he misses. Looks back at Coach Winchesky, and that look right there coming back from one of the all-time great coaches inside of North Dakota high school basketball. Probably a little bit different of a scenario when you're up by 22.
You think he ever gets that look at the dinner table?
I wonder what those conversations are like at the dinner table. Up and in, and Wiley DeLorme's got 2 more. 7 now for him in the ball game. Up top now for Gunville. He goes off here to Conklin. Conklin steps in. Oh, he stuffed on the play as Meyer got up there and said, not so fast. Other side of the floor, Conklin comes back and he rejects that one into the Minot High student section. Well, you got to like the hustle on a play like that. You get rejected on one end, you go to the other and make a similar play. Shows a lot of hustle there on a 21 for White Minot's Conklin. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. 20-point lead for the Magi. Inside look, off the glass and in. Nygaard beat down low there by Gage Meyer, and Meyer's got his first 2 points of the ball game. Descent back up top. Comes down to Schaefer. Schaefer trying to get it off to the set. He did, but he stepped on the end line. And out of bounds he went. Firebirds get the ball back. Well, you talk about Dustin Brodina. Second year as the head coach of the Firebirds. Graduated from Fordville Lankin back in the late 90s, early 2000s, or played for Fordville Lankin back in the late 90s, early 2000s. 4 years in a row, he played for a region championship on the way to the State B tournament and the big dance. 4 years in a row, he was skunked in that tournament, as Mayville was the team to take down Fordville Lankin 4 years in a row. Can you imagine that heartache, especially by your senior campaign? Went on to play college football at Crookston. Played college basketball there as well. He's got a pair of sons on this basketball team. Hofstad goes back to DeLorme. behind the back. Final minute of play in the first half coming here. The switch from Bain down to the corner. Big block there. Conklin got up after it again, and here comes Conklin. He runs the floor. Conklin scrumming for the basketball, and a wrestling match ensues, and now we'll have a jump basketball coming here. Minot's got the possession arrow. They lead 42-24 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. They're in the bonus, and they are looking like the defending state champions. Minot received 7 first-place votes in the media poll. Century received the other 7. And that's going to be an interesting affair when Minot and Century come together on the hardwood. Both teams knowing that they're going to be in the top 5 when that matchup comes, I would have to assume, unless the train comes off the tracks completely for either of those basketball teams. The set turnaround. Oh, he's pushed back as he got the shot up. Schaefer was stripped on the play with 36 seconds remaining here in the first half. Minot and Century on the 21st of February. Got to wait all the way until the 21st of February at the end of the season before the WDA tournament, basically, for the Magi to travel to Century. But Century makes their way to Minot High. And when is it? I'm looking for it right here. It's the 17th of January, so those matchups not until midway and the end of the season. Schaefer converts from the free throw line. Schaefer's got 3 points in the ball game. As a player, did you have any of those matchups scheduled or circled on the schedule, I should say, in high school and college days?
It was always a Century matchup in high school, right? They were always ranked at the top of the state, ranked at the top of the region, and that's who you want to beat. The #1 team always has a target on their back.
Shot was no good. Cut him down, kids. 5 seconds, now 4, now 3. Gunville off to the corner. Nygaard at the buzzer. You betcha. Nygaard drains the money ball for his first points of the season, and he does it with a buzzer beater. Well, Minot High off and running. 46-24, they lead at the end of one half of basketball. Holly and I will come back with a Premier Chiropractic halftime report. When we do, we'll break down the numbers from the first half. Get you set for the second half as well. 46-24, Magi lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 seconds, 1 second. Doppler rises, right wing, 3, bingo! Oh! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Oh! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it!
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
.24 at the break. Minot High on top. They're rolling. Welcome into our Premier Chiropractic halftime report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Find them online, premierchiropracticnd.com. You can find Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, and Dr. Becky Perry-Domries at Premier Chiropractic in the Magic City. That's our family's choice for chiropractic care in the Magic City. Again, Nick Hulberg alongside of the 2012 Miss Basketball, Miss Holly Johnson, joining us here tonight. Holly, your overall thought of that first half of basketball. Minot High really does look like the #1 ranked team in the state of North Dakota.
They do. We talked about containing Derek Doucette, and I don't know how you can contain him. He's so athletic and able to finish through 2, 3, sometimes 4 defenders. He's been really fun to watch, but Minot High really cranked it up, and I think that they're going to be great fun to be a part of this year.
Right now for the Firebirds coming back onto the floor here. They just got done talking to Dustin Brodina down in the locker room, basement locker room here at Magic City campus. and the gymnasium here on the campus of Magic City. Does energy become a major factor in the second half for them? It just seems like Minot High is running up and down the floor. I don't want to say with ease, but Minot High obviously up by 22 here at the break.
Well, even look at Minot High's depth. I mean, they've got 8 or 9 kids that are suited up playing, and you look at Devils Lake, and they've got almost their same starting 5 in throughout their rotation. So I think for Devils Lake, I think it's a matter of continuing to play as hard as you can. Maybe there's more timeouts called, an opportunity to give more rest, just to be able to stay, at least keep it within 20, you know what I'm saying? Try and chip away, play really hard, and try and move on for the next game.
One of our keys to the game earlier on tonight was that, you know, the Devils Lake wanted to, lack of better terms, make it a little bit greasy maybe, if you will, and try to force Minot into some errors. It just seems like Minot High, their ball control, it seems like they're so in tune right now.
They were dominant in the first half, but I don't think that you can just tune out Devils Lake, right? You have teams come back from leads like this all of the time. So I think that Minot High needs to stay buttoned up and continue to play hard and play their game.
Want to thank our friends at Roger Ward Moving and Storage. They've been proudly serving the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. Find them online, RogerWardMovingAndStorage.com. Schedule a move or find a quote today, Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Northern Plains Heating and Air brings you the ball game tonight as well. Northern Plains Heating and Air has over 25 years of experience as your factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. They are your heating and air experts. No other choice to seal your heating and air game other than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online, northern-plains.com. And to take a look now at our first half stats, which are delivered by the UPS store located on South Broadway of Minot. The UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza, starting with Devils Lake here. Holly with them. They were led by Oliver Worth. He had 7. So did Wiley DeLorme. 2 for Engett. 2 for Bo Brodina, 2 for Gage Meyer, and Parker Brodina had the last 4 to get the Firebirds to 24. For the Magi, well, they were led by Derek Dissett, 19 in the first half for the All-Stater and the NDSU commit. Next in scoring for the Magi, the sophomore, Eric Winchesky had 9, 6 for Logan Conklin, the big man, 4 for Gunville, 3 for Schaefer, 2 for Bedell, and a 3-pointer for Morgan Nygaard to end the first half of basketball. Here's a look at your first half stats as we get set and ready for our second half of basketball here on the PSP Network. Second half of basketball brought to you by our friends at Hub International Insurance. Hub International Insurance, located across America, the largest business and personal insurance brokerage in North America. Contact Josh Cattell or Michael Borman at Hub International Insurance today for your personal or business insurance needs. 355-3100. It's Hub International Insurance. Gunville with the basketball to start things off here in the second half. Derek Dissett back into the lane, throws it up. He's fouled in the play. We'll wait and see where this call belongs. Shot didn't register. Actually, there's no foul on the play. Any idea what the call is here? I believe it's Aaron Casper just trying to find the number. That's what it was. Parker Brodina charged with his first team foul here in the second half. Big thanks again to our friends at Premier Chiropractic. They brought you the intermission halftime report here tonight. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Find them online, PremierChiropracticND.com. Well, Dissett can't quite get 20 yet. That one rattles in and out. He'll go back to the free throw line. Second one no good. There's Conklin though, and Conklin's up with it. And Conklin buries it after Dissett misses 2 from the Serve Pro free throw line. Jump shot off the mark. Conklin towers up. Ball comes back into the possession of Ghost. 3-pointer. DeLorme hits from downtown. He's got 10 in the ball game. Nygaard again. Around the horn they go with it. Now it comes back away Here to Conklin, goes inside. Conklin, a little jump shot, didn't have that one roll off of his hands the way he wanted to. Winchesky goes down. The fall's going to be on Eric Winchesky. That's going to be Winchesky's second personal. First team foul here in the second half. Media poll across the state of North Dakota again. Minot number 1, Century number 2, then Davies, followed by Fargo North, and then Red River. Well, heating up. Here come the Firebirds. Another one from downtown. Parker Brodina hits. He's got 7. Gunville to Conklin. Off to the sets. Now Nygaard. Gunville spin move in the lane, goes from his left hand to the right. Uh-oh. That ball swatted out of there by Wiley DeLorme, and DeLorme is going to cause and force Minot High to take a timeout here. Is out of the gate swinging come the Firebirds. Take a break on the PSP Network. Dean Winchesky, 15-year veteran of coaching inside of North Dakota high school basketball. He's got some words for his crew.
Broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
respond after the timeout. Well, Dessette's going to fire from downtown. Tickles the twine from way deep. Off the glass and in. That one falls for Oliver Worth. He's got 10 now. Dessette from the free throw line, stops and pops, in then out, gets his own rebound with the help of Conklin. Comes down to Winchesky off the glass, and Winchesky's going to be fouled. Winchesky goes down hard. Foul's going to be charged there to Drew Hofstad. First personal. 3 team fouls now here on Devils Lake early on here in the second half. Winchesky from the free throw line gets his first points of the second half. He's got 10 now in the ball game. Minot went 18-2 last year inside of the West region. Winchesky airballed that second one. 25-2 overall last year. They made their 78th state tournament appearance. That's the most in the state of North Dakota. Next in line is Bismarck High. Not far behind, they're in the 70s as well. Minot High picked up state title number 19, more than anybody else inside of North Dakota high school basketball in the Class A ranks. Devils Lake's got a state title to their name. Here's a little trivia for you. Guess what year that came in?
1969.
Good guess. Tough question though. 1925. It's been a while. They beat Wahpeton by a score of 22-14 back in 1925. Boy, that would have been entertaining, wouldn't have it been?
That's Derek Dessette's stat line on a nightly basis.
Agreed. He's got it here. Winchesky calling for it. Dessette's got it now. Dishes off to Conklin. Oh, Conklin tripped up and he fell hard right on the basketball. Foul's going to be charged to number 3, Parker Brodina.
Checking in for the Firebirds, number 11.
Brodina's third personal, 4th team foul. And Gunville to inbound. Gunville's brother playing at Minot State University. Shot's not going to count as he's fouled on the way up to the rack. Foul's charged on Oliver Worth. And on the night, that's Worth's second. Correct me, that's his 3rd team foul. Talk about stud players to come through the programs. Minot High's had their fair share. Gunville got close to setting the all-time scoring record at Minot High, right behind Matt Whitwer all-time back in the 2003 graduating year. Wincheski's fouled, and he'll go to the Serve Pro free throw line. Serve Pro for 24/7 emergency service trained technicians. Advanced technology, fire and water, cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. Whitwer still holds the all-time mark for the Magi. Gunville 2nd all-time. His younger brother in the showdown here tonight. Wincheski now 2 for 3 in the second half from the Serve Pro free throw line. Off the mark there, 50%. Talk about some players that were studs back in 2013. Remember the name Nate Mertens? That's your time frame. He dominated for Devils Lake, 2-time All-Stater. Went on to play at Minot State University. Averaged 8.6 for the Beavers in his senior campaign. Rebounding there for the Firebirds. The shot came off of Gage Meyer, couldn't put it in the hole. Nygaard's got it here. Goes off now to Schaefer, back over it comes, and now Dissett goes to work. Dissett, like an and one commercial, puts it up and in. That was beautiful from Derek Dissett. From the corner, 3-pointer landed there. Bo Brodina's got 5 now in the ball game as he hits from behind the arc. Timeout on the floor. We'll do the same thing. Minot leads 55-37 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 14:02 remains here in the second half.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
(55-37) Minot leads in this one. After Minot led at the break, 46-24. Nick Hulberg and Holly Johnson here on the call tonight on the PSP Network. Holly, is it fair to say Devils Lake playing a little bit more stern here in the second half?
Yeah, like you said earlier, I think they're trying to make it greasy for Minot. They've forced some turnovers and some errors that they didn't make in the first half. So it'll be interesting to see how Minot responds here in the next couple minutes.
It's going to be a travel violation charge there on Grayson Schaefer. Magi fans didn't like that call too much. Sport officials, doesn't matter if it's a 1-point game or a 20-point game, they're going to get howled each and every night. Big thanks to all those officials that do what they do. I can't say that enough. Here's Derek Dissett. Kicks it out. Schaefer's open. 3 land. Nothing but net for Schaefer. Six now in the ball game for the junior. Schaefer got the arm in the way of that one, and it's going to go out of bounds. It was touched. Schaefer thought that one might have went off of Gage Meyer. Back to that conversation about some Firebirds that were studs back in their day. Nate Mertens, the one that we talked about, his younger brother Brent Mertens on this Firebird team. 6 foot tall junior forward. The other one is Grant Nelson that comes to mind. Back in 2020, he was the EDC Senior Athlete of the Year. Led Devils Lake to the state tournament for the first time since 2016. They hadn't been since 2007 before that. Jump basketball coming here, I believe. Here's a jump ball, and Minot's got the arrow again. Grant Nelson, well, he's got a little brother on the team here tonight as well. Joel Nelson, the 6'4" sophomore. Grant playing for the Bison right now at North Dakota State University. Update from that girls matchup tonight. The #1 ranked Magents were in West Fargo here tonight. Minot High takes care of the Packers tonight. They won 107-75 tonight. They get off and rolling as they cross the century mark in their opener. 107 is a lot of points, especially in the high school ranks. They're going to be a fun team to watch. Can they go back to back? From the elbow, kick back up top. Shot clock's down to 8. Back up top, Wiley again, puts it up, little floater, and that's in. DeLorme's got 2 more, 5 now here in the second half, 12 total of the ball game. Descent's going to be fouled. Grabbing onto him there was Sam Angett, and Angett's going to have his 3rd personal charged to him. Want to thank our friends at Planet Pizza. They bring you the ball game here tonight as well. They've been proudly serving the Magic City for 25 years. Largest laser tag playground in the region, both watering pizza and chicken wings. Don't forget about that 30-inch Galactic pizza. The Galactic is out of this world. Call and order now, 852-1700. Planet Pizza truly is out of this world. Derek Descent back to the Serve Pro free throw line. And Descent is now 1 for 2 here in the second half from the free throw line. Can he go to 50%? He can't. Descent went 4 for 5 in the first half. Here in the second half, he hasn't fared as well from the free throw line. Firebirds and Hofstad work it here. Hofstad jump shot. That one's straight, and Drew Hofstad's got his first points of the contest. Magi go back to work with Derek Descent. Bedell tried to put it up. He's going to be fouled in the act of shooting there. Following him on the play was Gage Meyer, the 6'3" senior forward. Gage kind of has the hockey hair going. I like that.
He's got a little flow.
A little flow. Nice and warm winter time. How about that weather today? That was unbelievable. 4 degrees below zero when I made the drive in from the PSP office into Magic City campus's gymnasium tonight. That shocks you a little bit when that hits you in the face. Bedell misses his first one. Big thanks again tonight to our friends at Prestwich Orthodontics. They specialize in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer free consultations and financing options that make it easy to take your smile to the next level. Well, there's going to be a foul on the play, and now pleading his case here is Wiley DeLorme. DeLorme's going to be charged. That will be his first personal. He can't believe it as he comes back over to the Devils Lake bench to the head coach, Justin Brodina. 18's the lead for the Magi, make it 19. 60-41 the scores. Gunville hits from the Serve Pro free throw line. 5 now in the ball game for Jager Gunville. Never too early, never too late to vote for tonight's MVP of the contest, brought to you by our friends at Sport Clips. Sport Clips brings you the MVP of the showdown here tonight. That happens at the Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. DeLorme guarded here by Gunville. DeLorme gets free, puts it up, floats it in, and one. DeLorme's come alive here a bit in the second half, Hawley. That's 7 down the second half, matching what he did in the first, 14 total. Chance to go to 15 here. Averaging 9.5 one season ago. The senior, I'm sorry, he's only a junior. We know that he's going to be somebody that Coach Dustin Brodina is going to look to lead the charge for the Firebirds. He's got a steal here, kicks it ahead. Off comes Brodina. Brodina puts it up off the glass and in. And Brodina continues to have some hustle here tonight. The Firebirds certainly not laying down in this one. Nygaard off to Conklin. Up top for Gunville. Sends it inside. Bedell gets it off to Conklin again. Waits, he's in the lane, puts it up, no good. It's going to be a foul charged on the Firebirds here. Gage Meyer charged with his first personal. Game plan right now for the Firebirds, trailing 61-45. Bonnet High clearly a buzzsaw. Conklin puts it up and in. Playing as if this one's not done yet. You like to see that here from Dustin Brodina.
You see Coach Brodina upset about a couple of the fouls down low, and Minot High hasn't been shooting the ball well from the free throw line, so you might as well make them earn it, and it's kind of working for them. They've been able to chip away a little bit, but now they've got to be able to get some stops and then string it together with a couple scores.
DeLorme again from the elbow. Sends it in, up, rolling it off the rim and in. And Gage Meyer's going to pick up two more. 4 down the ball game. 62-47. Minot still leads. Gunville, left-handed, brings it in. Too much on it. Firebirds the other direction. It's sent ahead here for Drew Hofstad. Work back up top. DeLorme calls for it. He gets it. Gage Meyer inside. And the foul will be charged here on Gunville. Second personal on Gunville. Fine line on the charge versus drawing that foul right there. Close call there. Minot High fans thought maybe that Gunville had those feet planted, but a nice job inside from Gage Meyer to draw that foul.
Yeah, this is huge for Devils Lake to continue to get additional possessions, and to get any of Minot High's leading scorers on the bench is a good move.
Here comes Derek Doucette. He puts it up, slams it down. Hello, Derek Doucette, slam time. Three-pointer missed on the other end of the floor here for Drew Hofstad. The way Derek Doucette can explode with that basketball, something special for high school players. Plenty across North Dakota that can put it down, but Doucette's one that is notorious for being able to pick up a little slam and jam every now and then, and he's got one here, the home opener for Minot High tonight. Up top now for Hofstad. Wincheski blocked him. Back in the lane. Look at Wincheski go to work. Hofstad's going to draw the foul as Wincheski did what he could to make the stop. Wincheski charged with his fourth personal. I'm sorry, that's only his third personal. Correct me. Hofstad drops it in, and Hofstad's got 3 now in the ball game as he goes 1 for 1 from Serpro free throw line. Second one up and in. Hofstad's got another. 64-49. Minot on top on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Wincheski sets up shop here for the Magi. Off to Doucette in the corner. Dunked it the last time he was on this side of the floor. He's got it here. Just lays that one up and in. And Derek Doucette's got 2 more. Magi called the timeout. Dean Wincheski wants to talk it over. His Magicians lead 66-49 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Fire damage, Agent Fred Iron. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Well, more exciting action on the PSP Network coming your way next week. Doubleheader on the PSP Network. This will be a fun one. We're going to look at the Century Patriots. They host Dickinson next Tuesday nights. 5:45 and 7:30 for the boys and girls next week on the PSP Network. Plenty of action on the PSP Network next week. Modern High Hockey returns to the air with a pair of games. We'll have the call for you next week. I think we only have about 125 dates scheduled, Holly, between now and March in the State B tournament for the boys to end the season. Then I'm booking a trip to Arizona, and I'll be sitting somewhere by a pool.
That's exactly what you need. You said the word only before 125. I wasn't sure what your stamina was here.
66-49, Minot High on top. Well, plenty of gas in the tank tonight for both of these teams. It's been a little bit more of a dogfight. Than maybe we thought it would be here tonight. Devils Lake hanging around. Minot High just not quite able to cross that 20 barrier here yet tonight. Devils Lake would probably like that a little closer to the 10 mark here tonight to stay a little closer in striking range, but they have to be happy with where they're at right now in this ball game, would you think?
Yeah, they're competing with the #1 team in the state, and I think that they're going to be able to give some pretty good teams a run for their money with how aggressive they've been, and they've been playing really hard.
Two for two for Derek Descent from the free throw line. .27 right now in the ball game for Derek Descent. Ball rolls out of bounds. Firebird basketball. Big thanks again to Northern Plains Heating and Air. They bring you over 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts. Factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Oh, that looked awkward there, as slipping with the basketball on their end of the floor. Derek Descent slams it down again. Wow.
Can feel that momentum swing.
Got it again, looks for another one. Here comes Double D. He's got Schaefer. Schaefer waits, stops and pops, puts it up and in. 72-49, Minot High seems to have unhooked the plow in the last two possessions of the basketball. Yeah, an awkward slip and fall there on the possession before. Brady Goss went down awkwardly. Here's a three-point attempt off the mark. Winchesky's got it. Eric Winchesky. Off to Nygaard. Nygaard fires out. No good. Rodina delivers off here to Joel Nelson. Nelson up off the glass. He's got his first 2 points of the ball game. Under 7.5 to play here in regulation. Derek Descent kicks it back up top, sees Nygaard. Nygaard sees nothing but net. He drained it. 2 buckets tonight for Nygaard, and Nygaard's got a pair of three-pointers. And Minot High leads 75-51 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Well, we've had some highlights tonight. A couple dunks from Derek Descent. A couple three-pointers from Nygaard, and plenty in between. Minot off and running here to open up the 2022-23 campaign.
We look forward to serving you here at your local community bank.
Isn't it great to be back on the hardwood for another season of high school hoops? Thanks for joining us tonight on the PSP Network. Oliver Worth for three. 3 trays tonight for Worth. Descent's got it here. Now Winchesky. Winchesky down to the bucket, drops it off to Set, lays it up and in, and Derek Descent's got 2 more. I'm running out of room on the stat line here for Derek Descent tonight. Off the mark. Ball's going to be kept in. Descent's got it again. 3-on-2 the other direction. Now Nygaard stops, puts it up. No roll there. Goes up to Descent, lays it up and in. And Derek Descent looks right at the defender that was in his face. That was number 11, I believe, Bo Brodina. And Descent flexes the muscle. 79-54. Minot on top of the BNC National Bank scoreboard. It's going to be a fun team to watch here in 22-23, this Magi club. Now we're going to see some non-starters into the ballgame for the Magi. Jack Kaiser comes in. Schaefer out there as well. Winchesky with Gunville and Conklin. Bates with the basketball, kicked it up top, off the mark. 2 rebounds in a row there for the Firebirds, and DeLorme puts it up and in. Winchesky to Conklin, into the paint and then out. Gunville thought about it, now he unloads for 3, downtown, NBA range no good. Winchesky, Conklin off the glass and in, and Conklin's got 2 more. Conklin was a kid last year that only averaged 7 points per night when it was all said and done. But what he does in the other facets of the basketball game are what really is the most impressive storyline for him. Defensively, on the glass, not only defensively but offensively as well. Kaiser just went down, lost his footing. 81-56. What's that old game that we used to play? Is it the limbo? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I was never very good at that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Twister?
Oh, where there's the stick and then you got to crawl under it like this?
Oh yeah, the limbo, you got it.
The limbo, yeah. Kaiser didn't mean to do it, however. DeLorme's got it here, guarded by Gunville. One end of the floor to the other, up, oh, that was a hard fall, back onto the hardwood. Conklin goes down hard on the back of the head there, hit the paint pretty good for Oliver Worth. Hopefully he's all right. Knocked the air out of him at the very least. He says, I'm fine. Ouch. Hopefully he'll be all right. Stays in the ball game. Under 5 to play in regulation. Minot High comes into this year on an 8-game winning streak from last season. They look to keep it alive here tonight. Firebirds, Oliver Worth from the free throw line doing his part to try to continue to chip away at it, but 81-57 right now. It's like the sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives at this point. Worth 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Gunville off to the corner. Kaiser back up to Gunville. Then Ranke. Conklin dribbles in off the front of the rim. Firebirds slow it down on a Friday night here in the Magic City in front of a great crowd here at Magic City Campus's gymnasium. Here comes Gunville off to Conklin. Drops it down Kaiser. Kaiser tried to throw it across over to Ranke, and he might have tossed it right into the top of the head there of Conklin and went out of play. Stick around for tonight's planning team, financial advisors, and Shots Crossroads postgame show here tonight. Have a full recap of the ball game, the stats, the analysis. We'll talk to our player of the game The MVP brought to you by Sport Clips here tonight. We'll have our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Ranke's got it now. He brings it across. Now Nygaard. Back to Gunville. Kaiser going to work here. Ball stripped there in the other end of the floor now for Brodina. Lays it up and in. And Brodina has 2 more. Bo Brodina had 2 points in the first half. 7 of the second for 9 here in the ballgame. 81-59. Magi on top. Conklin back off to Nygaard. Nygaard's got it here. Turnaround jump shot. Nygaard. First field goal that hasn't been outside the 3-point stripe here tonight for Nygaard. To the corner. Delorme, no good. Rebound up and right in the side of the head. Taking a swat there was Oliver Worth, and the foul was charged on the Magi. That will be the Magicians' 8th team foul. Charged on Conklin. Only Conklin's second foul in the ball game. Kaiser and Conklin come out. Nelson checks in for the Magi. Winchesky checks back in. Winchesky down to the corner. Back up top, here's Winchesky, wide open, 3 land, nothing but net for Winchesky. 86-59, Minot High dominating here tonight. Got the ball back, Gunville, run and gun style now here as it comes to Ranke. Ranke lays it up, no good. Firebirds trying to get it to the other end of the floor. Nygaard takes it away. Gunville open, 3 land. Gunville, nothing but net. Jager Gunville with 7 here in the ballgame. Minot High 11 away from hitting the 100 mark here tonight. The girls did that in West Fargo. They put up 107 tonight in a victory over the West Fargo Packers tonight on the road. Winchesky up top. Nelson to the corner. Now Ranke had a lane, threw it up off the glass and in, and Ranke scores. First 2 points of the ball game for Ranke, and that student section really has a strong liking for Ranke, don't they?
They sure do. They haven't sat down all night. They've been electric tonight.
Who's your Ranke, they chant. 91-59, Minot High on top. And a timeout on the floor as we're going to get a whole new crop of players into the ballgame. Well, we better keep it right here as they just make the substitution there. Checking in for the Magi will be Caden Helm. He comes into the ballgame. Also into the ballgame is Carson Shipman, number 44. That student section's been loud tonight. They haven't been as ruthless as we've heard them at other times in different rivalries. The one with Devils Lake, not quite like when the Bismarck Demons come to town or the Century Patriots. But it wouldn't be a Friday night in the Magic City Campus Gymnasium without a Start the Bus chant. I remember those days. It was back when Minot High played at the auditorium. It's back when Matt Whitwer was setting the record for the all-time leading scorer. I'm talking about my high school days. Probably more often than not, I'd start the bus chant and warm up.
I was going to ask if you were the leader of the student section.
Once in a while, I think I would be seen there. Gotta love high school athletics, don't you? Shipman's going to go to the free throw line looking for his first points of the ball game. Too much muscle on that one, and Shipman goes 0 for 1. Big thanks again to Roger Ward Moving and Storage. They've been helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. Roger Ward Moving and Storage. 8 players on the score sheet tonight for the Magi. Big block down low there as Landon Bedell slams the door. Now Nelson's going to bring it up. Nelson lays it up and in, and Braden Nelson scores. Minot High looking to see if they can cross the 100 barrier here tonight. They're 6 away as Nelson comes the 9th magician to score here tonight. Well, we talked about that as one of our keys to the game tonight, Holly, is Minot High's depth in scoring and utilizing more than Derek Doucette. Obviously, he's going to go each and every night, it seems. But having that secondary scoring certainly a factor. And for the Magicians, they've had plenty of it here tonight in this ball game.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, Nick, you've got 4 or 5 other guys that average 6, 7, 8, 9 points, and that depth is going to be huge, and that's why they're the #1 team in the state right now.
Tyler Goss went to the free throw line. He went 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Tyler and Brady Goss, twin brothers here for the Firebirds. Turnaround jump shot, no good there on the little hook attempt from Shipman. Final 40 seconds to the ball game here tonight. Magi take it away here. Look out. It's going to be a travel violation charged on the Magi as down to the floor goes Caden Helm. Any question who tonight's player of the game is?
What do you think, Nick?
It's going to be tough. Probably get pretty familiar with Derek Doucette this year. Another big stuff there as Bedell goes up and stops it. Comes back away here into the student section it goes. Minot will get the ball back, inbounding from underneath the Firebird bucket. Ball sent back into play. Up top for Ranke. He'll fire for 3 off the front of the rim. All right, kids, count it down. We're at the final 10 seconds remaining here in the ball game. At 5, now 4. Minot will improve to 1-0 on the season. Firebirds will drop to 0-1 to start things off. And this one's complete as the Magi win tonight 94-60 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Come back with our planning team financial advisors at Sean's Crossroads post-game show coming up just a moment here on the PSP Network. Magi Impress here tonight.
Looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession? Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair. Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Oh, easy, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 second, 1 second. Doppler rises, right wing, 3, bingo! Ho-ho! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Ho-ho-ho! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it!
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show is officially underway after the Magi take down the Firebirds 94-60 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Nick Hulberg and Holly Johnson here tonight for the breakdown of this basketball matchup. Holly, is it what you thought it would be here tonight for the Magi and Firebirds?
You know, I would think anyone was expecting the #1 team in the state to come out fiery and ready to show the state what they've been working on all of off season and pick up from where they left off at the end of last year.
If you're Dean Winchesky, would you be satisfied with the performance here tonight?
I think you're satisfied, but you always look at what you can work on, right? There was a stretch of time there where Devils Lake hung around from that 14-minute mark to the 7-minute mark within that 14-16 point range, and they looked like they had a chance there, but they just couldn't get over that hump. And I think that Minot High made some unforced errors, and there were some things that they could button up, but it's hard to stay tight for all 40 minutes of the game. So I think that he's satisfied, but you can never be too satisfied at this point in the season.
Dustin Brodina, on the other hand, is tagged with loss #1 on the year, but you look at Minot High and how good they really are. 34-point difference tonight. Positives for them that you found here tonight? Were there some that really stood off the paper for you tonight for Devils Lake?
Well, I think it was just really impressed at how they stayed in the game. I mean, it's pretty easy to come back from halftime and feel pretty defeated. You're in the #1 team in the state's gym. They're pounding down on you to start with, and they came back and made it greasy, like you said, and they made it a game, like I said, from that 14-minute mark to the 7-minute mark, but they just didn't have enough gas to keep up.
Fun one tonight, nevertheless. Great working with you again. I know you're probably ready to get out of here I know you got some family. Maybe the MVP of the game goes to your boyfriend tonight, the Get a little babysitting with us here tonight.
He might be MVP. Did you see him picking up that popcorn?
Yeah, he's not eating it off the ground, is he? Holly, we always appreciate your time. Thanks for helping us out tonight.
Thanks for having me, Nick.
Holly Johnson joining us here tonight. Always great getting to spend some time with a former Miss Basketball. Time to look at tonight's stats of this one. Start with the Firebirds from Devil's Lake. Tonight's recap brought to you by our friends at Prestwich Orthodontics. Visit MinotBraces.com. Firebirds tonight were led by Wiley Jerome. He had 16 tonight, 7 of which came in the first half. Oliver Worth had 14 here tonight. 9 in the ball game for Bo Brodina. 7 for Parker Brodina. 4 for Gage Meyer. 4 for Hofstad. 1 for Tyler Goss here in the ball game tonight. 2 for Joel Nelson here in the contest. That's how they get to their 60 here tonight. Firebirds drop to 0-1. For the Magi, no surprise here tonight. They were led by Derek Doucette. 35 points tonight for Doucette. 19 of those came in the first half. Doucette was cruising here tonight to this showdown. He had 35 to start the season off right here tonight for the Magi. Eric Wachowski, the sophomore, had 14. 11 in the ball game tonight for Logan Conklin, the big man in the middle. 8 for Gunville, 2 for Nelson, 8 for Schaefer, 2 for Bedell, 1 for Shipman, 8 for Nygaard. 9 players on the score sheet tonight for the defending state champion Magi. They improved to 1-0 on the year. There's a look at the stats from this ball game here tonight. Minot High led 46-24 at the half. Final score 94-60. When we come back to our post-game show brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads, we'll talk to our player of the match here tonight, the MVP of the contest. We'll also have our move of the game here tonight. Shots Crossroads, home to the famous number 99. Shots Crossroads, where team buses are always welcome. Their menu includes the delicious number 99. You can order online at Shots Crossroads. The Planning Team Financial Advisors is there for you if you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession. Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Well, we'll talk to the player of the game when we come back. We'll also have our move of the game and put the finishing touches on the opener tonight for an East vs. West showdown. Minot wins 94-60 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
It's water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair. Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Impressive performance tonight for the Magi. They roll here tonight, 94-60. They get the win over the Firebirds from Devils Lake. The first matchup of the year. First matchup on the home floor as well for the defending state champion Magi here tonight. They were led by Derek Dissett, who is our, no surprise here, player of the game, the MVP of the contest, brought to you by our friends at Sport Clips. They call you Double D. What else do they call you? Tonight you're called the MVP. Big night tonight for Derek Dissett. He joins me now here, Magic City Campus Gymnasium. First things first, man. How good does it feel to be back into basketball season?
It feels great. I mean, we got a solid team. I feel like we have a lot of potential. It just feels great just getting that first game out of the way and just go back tomorrow and practice and focus on what we got to work on.
Confidence level for you guys right now coming into the year, 1 to 10, where would you say that confidence level is after a state title last year?
Well, we got a couple of new guys, like a little bit of young guys, but I feel like our confidence and chemistry is up there. So I don't know, probably like a solid 7. We got a lot of stuff to work on, I think.
For you, you signed to play at NDSU, coming up to be a Bison. Congratulations, by the way, man. I mean, that's fantastic stuff. What does that do personally for you, confidence-wise, coming into the season? Does that take a little bit of pressure off of you, knowing you can just play your game now?
It takes so much stress off of you. I mean, last year, my goal was to win a title, but, also I wanted to go play college, but I made the decision. It felt right, and I just let it rip.
You get to let it rip tonight here as well in the second half. A couple big jams here for you, right in front of the student section. What is that feeling like?
It's amazing. Their support is amazing. I mean, they get loud, and you just can't love it anymore.
It was fantastic to watch tonight. You have to credit Devils Lake here tonight as well, your opponents. I mean, they didn't lay down and die by any means when they certainly could have from time to time. Touch on them a bit.
I think, Coach Winchesky told me that he knows their coach, and I feel like they're well coached. I mean, their coach seemed like they don't give up. They don't want to give up. So I give credit to them. They fought to the final buzzer.
A lot of fun watching you again, man. Looking forward to a fun year.
Thank you.
MVP of the contest tonight, Mr. Derek Dissett. And just for the record, this is how tall Derek Dissett actually is. Big man. Nice job tonight, man. Our player of the matchup tonight, Derek Dissett.
Thank you.
MVP of the contest brought to you by our friends at Sport Clips, where you can get the MVP haircut experience. Sport Clips, located in Minot and Bismarck. Hop in online at Sport Clips and check in with a stylist today. Sport Clips brings you the MVP of the contest tonight. No surprise here, Derek Dissett. 35 for him tonight to the opener of his senior campaign. Derek Dissett with fantastic performance here tonight in this showdown. Big thanks to him for stopping by in our post-game show here tonight after a Minot High victory. Well, time to move on to our move of the game here tonight. That's brought to you by our friends at Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Jobbers Moving and Storage is there to help you with all your moving and storage needs. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online, jobberswarehouse.com. Time for the move of the game here tonight. Brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Hard not to double dip on this one tonight after what we saw from Derek Dissett here in this showdown. Dissett had a couple big-time slams here in this second half of basketball tonight. The second one really was almost the dagger as Devils Lake hung around about 15 points down for the majority of the ball game. When Dissett unloaded that second jam here in the ball game tonight, that really elevated the crowd, elevated the Magi. There's your move of the game. Brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. It's the Slam Dunk and Slam Dunk Part 2 tonight for Derek Dissett. Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. 94-60, the final here tonight. Showdown on the PSP Network. And one that was a good one for the Magi. Quite a ball game here tonight. In front of a rowdy crowd as always here. Magic City Campus Gymnasium. Don't forget, grab your Hoopsters now. The Hoopster is available in the Shields locations in Minot and Bismarck. You can also order online. Try the digital copy as well. You can get the Hoopster now. Big thanks to the Hoopster for their continued partnership in promoting high school athletes across North Dakota. The next big one on the schedule next week, Dickinson and Century. Doubleheader. Get to see the number 2 ranked team of boys and girls basketball after we saw the number 1 ranked boys team tonight, the Magi. Their counterparts, the girls from Minot High, put up 107 tonight in the victory over West Fargo. Get to see Eden Fridley on the screen right there and company for the Patriots. They're stacked to the boys and girls lineups again this year. The Patriots are going to be for real. You can join us for the call coming up next Tuesday night. Girls game at 5:45. The boys play at 7:30. Schedule for next week, it's a busy one. Doubleheader on Tuesday. Wednesday night, Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie, Jordan Wilhelm's podcast. And then Ice Time returns to the air. I'll have the Ice Time presentation. The West Region High School Hockey Show in North Dakota comes up Wednesday night. 6, 7, and 8 o'clock on Wednesday. On Thursday, boys hockey back on the PSP Network. Mandan travels to Minot. Mandan got a big win last night in overtime against Legacy. And then a doubleheader of boys and girls high school wrestling as the Magi travel to Century to take on the Patriots. Friday night, boys basketball right back here to the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. Dickinson takes on Minot High and basketball on Friday. Quick turnaround time. We go right into hockey on Saturday, 3:45 Saturday afternoon. I'll have a call of both of those on Friday and Saturday and Thursday as well. Hope you join us for all those coming up next week. If you haven't already done it, make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, where it's always game day. PSP Network, proud to promote local athletes across the state of North Dakota. Final one more time tonight, 94-60. The Magi take down the Firebirds. And the defending state champions, who are ranked number 1 in the state of North Dakota, look pretty doggone good tonight. Led by 35 points for Derek Dissent. Big thanks tonight to our friend Dustin Brodina, the head coach of the Firebirds, and Dean Winchesky, the head coach of the Magi, for stopping by. Big thanks to Derek Dissent. And a big thank you to Holly Johnson as well for her time on the call here tonight. Final score one more time from the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. The Magi win 94-60 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Until next week, hope you have a great weekend. Be safe, good night, and God bless.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair. Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Oh, easy, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.